Alright guys, so we are right now going on a test drive of the 2020 Harley Davidson Street Bob. I'm up here in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, test driving this little behemoth. Looks like I lost my brother back there. Oops. He was coming along with me for the ride. My bad. But let's do some initial thoughts on this behemoth. So this is obviously a 107 engine. This is a new model, so she's not even broken in yet. My initial thoughts are, holy shit, this 107 engine destroys the 883. This is awesome. These handlebars feel fantastic for my height. The sitting position on this thing, it's I guess it's technically mids, but I feel much further forward on this than I do on my mids. So this is comfortable. You know, this thing feels comfortable to me, so much more so than any sort of Sportster I've ever been on, or any sort of, you know, cruiser with drags. This is awesome. As far as power, holy crap, there's power for days on this thing. Yeah, this is not a concern. Getting up and getting going on this thing is not a problem. Obviously I'm doing a direct comparison with my 883 because, you know, I've only ridden a couple of different bikes, and that is the one I'm most familiar with. I'm really enjoying this. This is cool. You know, so here are my concerns right off the bat. This is what we're going to talk about. Number one, the price. This is actually the cheapest Softtail. This is the cheapest bike to get into the Softtail platform you can, if you're interested in going the Softtail route. The thing I like most about this is it's kind of their naked Softtail, right? This is the bike that you can, it's an open canvas, you can do whatever you want. Similar to the 883 or any of the Sportsters, you know, you can really do anything you want to them, which is super cool. It's just a blank canvas for you to, you know, build it the way you want it, with, you know, this big 107 engine that just wants to go. I don't think I would ever be wanting on a motor like this, on this bike, to go faster. I just don't see it. It's crazy. Now, the one thing that turns off some people, including myself when I first looked at it, was the instrument panel here. It's weird. It's wicked minimalistic, as you can tell. You know, they're not, it's not flashy, it's not crazy, it's very subdued, but you know, it's got all the stuff you look at. It's got a fuel gauge, it's got an electronic RPM, your miles, you know, your trip odometer, your gear indicator, etc. You know, one thing about this bike, and one of the reasons I really am interested in going to a Softtail, is I've started to do a lot more highway riding, and I was looking for something more capable on the highway, and without a doubt, this is that bike. You know, the wind is not cutting me around. I mean, I'm only going in the 60s, but the wind is not cutting me around nearly as much as on my iron. I probably shouldn't go too fast on this road, considering it is a 35. But oh my goodness, I've been smiling since I got on this thing. If you're a newer rider, the power is definitely a bit more than, you know, you probably are looking for, I would say. But you know, if you can handle it, that's not a big deal. It is heavier. I think this thing's about 650 wet, which is, you know, if you're just coming off of like a 300cc test bike at your local, you know, your local class or whatever. I think if you're taking it at Harley, they're 500s, but they weigh, I don't know what, 400 pounds, probably somewhere south of 400. So as far as the weight concerned, you know, it could be a problem for new riders. For me, you know, I've got my sea legs on me. Slow speeds, the weight's not too much. It's scary. It's fine. This bike though, I mean, you could buy this bike and I don't think you would have a want for something bigger unless you really wanted to go to like a touring bike. This thing's insane. It comes standard with Daymakers, so all you Sportster guys, that's cool. You don't have to go upgrade, don't spend the Harley tax to get new ones. I would say right off the bat, you know, just like every other bike, you are going to put a stage 1 on this thing, so new exhaust, because while it sounds good, it does not sound nearly as good as it could. You know, these are limited by what the EPA is going to let them put on them. And right now I'm actually kind of cozy on the seat, but it is a little hard. I think if I rode this for long enough, I would want to upgrade the seat. So that's realistically it. But as far as positioning height-wise, you know, this feels good. My feet are kind of forward, my arms are back, which is so nice compared to the drag bars I've got on my bike. This would be ideal for me to get on a ride. And I'm actually dreading when I turn around and have to go back to the dealership, if I'm being completely honest. This is awesome. So I put out a video a while ago. I'm not convinced that I'm going to upgrade yet, guys, but if I do, this is, you know, I want to check out some other bikes. I want to check out the Fat Bob, I want to check out the Indians, I want to check out the Lowrider. But this is, even though I have no other contenders, I have a feeling this will be a top. This is just such a cool platform for me. It comes with the bars the way I want them. It's got that big motor, and you know, the price point is awesome if you're looking to you know, really turn this into your own thing. Oh, that's not I can't go there. Just kidding. I thought that was a street I could turn around in. Yeah, if you're looking to make this thing your own, this is it. You know, handling on this thing doesn't feel like a heavy bike. It's crazy. This feels like a nice light little Sportster. You know, I'm gonna cross this double line here. This does not feel heavy. I'm coming to a stop right now. I don't feel like I'm being twisted one way or the other when I come to a stop. This is cool. Let's get going. Let's see how this feels. Holy mother. Oh, did you see that? Roll on the gas a little bit and you fly. Oh, this is great. What's up, buddy? Like I said, I have not stopped smiling since I got on this bike. Oh man, I don't have my vents closed, so I hope that this wind isn't killing you guys. Oh man, this is great. I guess I don't want to push this engine too hard because it's not broken in, but you know, 4th gear, 3,000 RPMs, it's just pulling me. This is awesome. Now MSRP on this I think is about 15,000. Like I said, that's your cheapest Softtail you're going to get into. And I can tell that this is easily a highway capable bike if you're going on longer trips. Throw some bags on the back, or you know, sissy bar with the X-Fill like I'm doing, and you can go wherever you want. Suspension feels great. I'm intentionally trying to hit some of this more uneven stuff, and even with this stock seat, I'm feeling good. You know, my butt's not getting hit, I'm not bouncing around, and I even know for a fact Harley sends their stuff out of the dealership with their suspension, looking for someone probably lighter than me and shorter than me. So with little tweaks, this thing would be fantastic. Yeah, this bike is awesome. Definitely check it out. And if you really have that need for power, there's nothing stopping you from doing a conversion kit to boost this thing up from the 107. Definitely possible. I haven't even taken this thing to 6th gear, and I can just feel the power versus my little 883. Now, as you can see, this is in the denim silver. I think that's what they call it. I'm not sure. I think this is the only matte style that they have, which is a little unfortunate because I'm a big proponent of matte paint. You know, if they had this in the matte black, similar to the iron that I'm on now, I'd be a happier camper. But the silver looks good. If you want a silver bike, this is a cool color. The matte's great because it doesn't show dirt as well, I don't think. You know, when you get smudges on gloss, it looks a little bad. I believe it comes in a 2-tone red, so it's like red and black. And I believe blue is an option, which is intriguing because I kind of like blue. That's actually kind of my go-to color and everything. Like I said, comes with the daymakers. I don't think the indicators are LEDs. I don't think this thing has a real tail light, so it's kind of that same style as the Sportsters, where your directionals in the back are going to double as your running lights and your brake lights. You can put LEDs in pretty easily. It's not much of a problem. The shifter on this thing feels actually really smooth, much smoother than the old Evo engines, or the transmissions, excuse me, that come on the old Evo engines. It's very smooth. You know, you're not banging the thing to shift it. One thing I've noticed is the height actually of the stock, the height of the of your lever on the left is actually kind of high, which is a little weird. I'm sure you can adjust that. Yeah, this is cool. So I've got to say, you guys, I really don't want to return this motorcycle right now. If that's the indicator, you know, if I go on other bikes and I don't feel the same way, that should be the indicator right away. If you don't want to get off the thing, it seems like it's a plus. This thing's great. Oh man. One thing to point out is the smoothness of this engine. And you know, these Milwaukee engines, there's not a lot of rumble in this. You know, your butt rumbles a little bit when you're getting into higher RPMs, but it's really smooth. These are capable engines. I mean, I know it's modern, these are the new Milwaukee engines, but it's capable. It's capable, and it feels really nice. It feels really smooth. Yeah, new bike, getting used to where neutral is on this thing. It's, you know, it's a different torque grade than I'm used to, so I apologize if I look like a new rider when I'm rolling on and off the throttle here and bouncing around. Something I'll get used to, I'm sure, if I end up with one of these motors. But yeah, the low end on this thing is great. The high end on this thing feels pretty great. It's got that 6th gear, so it's going to feel much more at home at higher speeds for consistently long periods of time than my Sportster. It's comfortable as all hell. This has grown on me just by being on this bike. It's so out of your way, and you know, you don't even care about it. It's so nonchalant right there. It's got, I'm actually not sure what size tank this is. I think this is actually the same as the Iron. I think it's about 3.5. So you're not getting any savings in fuel efficiency or anything like, or not in fuel consumption, or I can't talk, in distance traveled per tank, I guess is the way to put it. But seat would have to be changed, stage 1. But other than that, you know, this thing's great. This is awesome. This is a comfortable bike. So this is Ronnie's Harley Davidson in Pittsfield. Check them out. These guys are super nice, very accommodating. They I told them what I was interested in, and they were like, yeah, sure, no problem, jump right on. No haggling BS, or you know, they get your basic information for liability purposes. But other than that, these guys were great. Now unfortunately, let's give this thing back, which is depressing.